Yeah, definitely it was an important win, but more importantly, it's the type of football we played. Type of football we've been asking for our players to play, and I think the fans and all of you have seen it over the last few months. So now we're also showing that that grit, character, closing out a game, finding a way to win, and it's just a matter of time. I've been saying it all season long. We're becoming a very difficult team to play against. But not only playing against, it's we can take it to teams, and we're going to continue doing that. I thought our performance today was outstanding from start to finish, and credit to the players because they're the ones that deserve it. They went out there and just executing in everything we've asked them to do. You can see how confident they are on the ball. They're calm. They're aggressive when we go forward, and recognizing the moments. We had quite a few chances. We could have put a few more away, but that's why scoring goals, as I've always said, it's the most difficult thing to do, but they're going to come. And defensively, Abby Dahlkemper adds quite a bit to us there, but I thought our entire back line was just phenomenal today. And in the way they defended, the way they got it forward, and everyone played a role and a part into our win today. And when I say everyone, it's not just the players that you saw on the field, it's everyone off the field as well, because that's extremely important. Our players that haven't seen minutes or didn't see minutes in this game, at practices, they've really raised the level, and it helps us all the way around. So congratulations to a great victory and moving up in the standings, and that's what we have to continue doing.
Marissa?
Yeah, just Penelope's first game for you guys. She kind of created a play that led to the goal. What did you think of her debut?
Oh, well, when you come in and you create a goal like that, I think she had an excellent debut for us. She's practiced with us, I think, twice, so 2 practices. And it's just a matter of time for her to also kind of just understand the way we play, how we do things. But she adds a goal-scoring opportunity. Goal-scoring kind of strength in right foot, left foot with headers. She's got this kind of tenacity, and she's a winner. And that's one of the things that we've continued to. We're getting much better at that, but we're also bringing players that are champions, that are winners, right? And I just so happy for her coming in. Tough game with only training twice with us, and she gets an assist. So I'm excited for her.
Go ahead, Paul.
So I have 2 questions, one in English and Spanish. Paula Maru with the TNA. Let's talk about the consistency in the game, mentality, and the management of transition moments.
Yeah, so again, as I said from the very beginning, it takes time to put everything together. We did that very well last weekend against Portland. We did it very well this weekend again, and it's just that consistency that we ask of our players. We're not necessarily opening ourselves up for transition moments. We're defending them really well. We're understanding where to be, and honestly, just stopping them before they happen more often than not. But when they do, we get behind the ball, and we've got the right mentality. So, like I said, they're just showing a lot of character all over the field.
So in Spanish, lo importante que es esta victoria para ustedes como nuevo equipo, van encontrando de alguna manera la identidad, ¿cierto? Y que van encontrando cómo ganarle a cada equipo. Cuéntenos un poco del tipo de fútbol que ustedes querían para este juego y que lo encontraron. Gracias.
Sí, lo que hemos estado trabajando muy duro es el control de la pelota, ¿verdad? Cuando nosotros tenemos la pelota, entonces somos mucho mejores. Yo no quiero defender el juego completo, es más importante tener la pelota. Y cuando tenemos la pelota, saber cuándo vamos para adelante, cuando vamos un poquito más despacio, pero eso es controlando el juego. Y nosotros ahora estamos controlando el juego, y yo les pedí, mira, controla el juego, y entonces nosotros dictamos lo que se va a hacer en este juego de fútbol hoy. Y eso lo hicieron muy bien.
Brian?
So you've had a couple of additions lately, and both of them played good roles, with Abby stabilizing the defense in general, it seems, and creation of goal today. But I really want to ask you about, since Rachel has come back from Olympic duty, she almost is playing like a different player. She has stepped up the game. She's playing so much more unselfish. We counted 4 passes just today, unselfish passes into dangerous areas. Do you feel like she grew tremendously in that time away, or is this just something that's been building all along?
I think it's just coincidence. It's been building because our video sessions with her, our conversations with her, she just needs to see it over and over again, and she has. And she's trusting her teammates, but we're also joining the attack. So she has someone to play it to, right? And then there's support underneath her, and it's just relationships. It's so important. Her and Alyssa, that relationship they're forming, right? And with Dorian as well over there. So it's just it was just a matter of time, and we knew it was coming. I knew as a coach and our coaching staff. It's like, look, when we watch the videos, we're controlling some of these games. We're getting great opportunities, but it's that final third pass, that final decision. So we have to just continue showing them, asking them to do it. And ultimately, it's up to them, and now she's recognizing it.
Marco?
Hey, Coach, two-part question. The first part is, Asisat got off to scoring, then she went through a bit of a drought, and sometimes that can affect the confidence of the goal scorer. Now she's scored now in the last few games. It seems like her confidence is now at an all-time high. Would you agree with that? And then number two, how nice is it going to be to have someone like Penelope in that attacking third going forward the rest of the season?
So with the absolutely forwards, right? She right now is in a very good spot. She feels good. She understands what we're asking of her defensively, and then in the attack, just finding the right spots. It's only going to get better. I actually said yesterday, I'm like, Z's scoring for us today. We felt it because we're also seeing it at practice. Her finishing is different than it was before, and it's just her energy, her mentality, and it's infectious. But that's where the group is too. I mean, it's all coming together. So we're expecting a lot more from her. And then with Penelope, like as I said earlier, she just brings a lot to our attack. But also, and I keep touching this, yes, we love our beautiful football going forward, but defensively they'll have to play a role, and they have to make sure they understand where to be. And she's one that picks it up quickly. She's got the pace. She's got the stamina. I mean, she's going to be a great option for us to have. And it's, I mean, as a coach for our coaching staff, we're pretty thrilled about that.
Let's take a couple more. We'll go Doug and Marissa.
So Louisville's the team that seems like it's happy to get a point on the road. How difficult is that to face a team like that in this kind of situation and break them down?
So credit to them because they did make it very difficult. But my conversation with the players at halftime, I said, look, this is why it's a 90-minute game. We're playing very well, and this is going to be a game that's going to be until the last minute. We're not going to panic. We're going to continue doing what we're doing because we're creating opportunities, right? So stay relaxed, calm, don't press for it, and it will come. And that's how it goes in football. It really does. It's just a matter of time, especially a team that's as organized as Louisville. And fortunately, we got that goal, but we never panicked, and that's the key.
Take one last question from Marissa.
Last couple of months, you guys lose Scarlett, but then you bring in Penelope. Rachel Hill's been starting pretty consistently there. Maddie Moreau's getting some looks at forward. What do you kind of make of this group that you have right now? I know that it's been it's taken a little bit to get some consistency on offense, but now you kind of have some of these looks. Like, what do you just make of this general forward group at the moment?
Well, as you can see, they're playing together. They're dangerous in so many ways. We can attack down the right, down the left, through the middle with our midfielders, and we're unpredictable. I thought early on maybe we were counting on Kundinanji a little too often, right? But now it's a total team effort. And, it's not that even the players that we had before that are no longer here, they were, I thought, excellent players. But sometimes it's just, who plays well with each other and who doesn't. And it's not that they're not necessarily right for the system. It's just that's how it plays out. And we've been fortunate to add certain players that are just adding to the way we want to play, and they are understanding that. But I go back to it's just time. Things don't happen overnight, but the players have to have the belief and the desire to take the information on, and they have. And that's why you're going to start seeing, I think we're going to have a very good second half of the season. Actually, I know we are.
We'll wrap on that question for Coach.
Just what did you see on the play you made to get the ball to Asisat on that first goal, and how do you feel on the first day of game?
I feel like I tried to get the ball to Tess, try to slip her in so she could, cut it back to Z, but then, I saw she got picked off by, the other Louisville girl. and I saw her kind of trip, and then that was my time to get the ball and then just land it to Z, and Z just, put it away like she does. And then I felt really good in the first Bay game. I felt like really excited leading up to the game, like just no nerves, just excitement. The atmosphere is like incredible. Last time I was here playing with Chicago, the atmosphere was just incredible. That's all I remember, and I just loved playing here. And then being on the home side, it just felt really, really good, and really, really happy that we got to win my first game.
Paul?
Yes. Let's talk about the determination to score the goal and your mentality, and this is for both. Overall, what was the key to find the consistency in the game? Thank you. Congratulations.
You wanna go?
You go
ahead. I think as a team, at that moment, I think we were pressing so high, we were playing so good. We were playing beautiful football, passing the ball around. We just knew like the ball was gonna come in the area. All we just need to do is just make the right decision. We had a lot of opportunity in the area in the first half. We just needed to work on our finishing, and then we had that opportunity there. We just took it.
Yeah, I feel like the same. Just needed composure in the end, like the final third, and we kind of lacked it. We had like really good chances, but we just need a little more composure, and that's what the goal was. We just had composure around the goal and finish it.
Marco?
I'm Marco Nikolovic, Bayer Sports Rock. First of all, Penelope, welcome to San Jose.
Thank you.
Asisat, you've scored now the last couple games, and there was a time in the middle season in the first half where you went through a little bit of a drought, and maybe that can affect some confidence in that time. But now, since you've scored now recently, is your confidence now at an all-time high? Because it seemed like the game against Barcelona just kind of re-energized you, kind of gave you some more, I don't know, like I said, energy, for lack of a better term, for what you guys are doing now, going toward this rest of the season.
First of all, I need people to understand that this is a new team. Everyone's just coming together. The first round of the season, we were still kind of like building something. And also, this team is trying to build something really special. Try to play beautiful football. We're not the team who wants to go long all the time, which is going to take time for us to build up. I feel like the first round of the season, we try to find our way, find the fit, find the best, who plays best with each other and all of that. And I think this is going to be a different team in the second round of the season. Of course, we have P joining us as well, which is like a great addition for our team. The game against Barcelona, of course, this is why you play this type of friendly games, to give you confidence going into the season, going into the second round, which has actually helped us as a team because we feel like if we could play around team like Barca, if we could knock the ball very well and all that, I think we could do that against anyone around the world. So it's just the confidence building up, our confidence going into the season, the second round of the season. I think it was a good one for us.
Brian?
Brian G. Santa Cruz Voice. So Penelope, so Coach said you had 2 practices coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that he said that kind of caught me was that there have been some players that have come in and been out that not necessarily they're not good players, they just weren't good fit. But so with 2 practices, you come in and you seem to understand, or at least looked like you understood what the focus of the team and how is it. How do you feel that your play fits in with what coach and the rest of the team are doing right now?
I think the vision at Bay is to play beautiful football, and we have a ton of speed up top, and I feel like I'm just like another addition to the speed, and I think that I can fit in really well with this team, and players like Z and Rudy and Tess, we're just playing off each other and just finding the rhythm of each other, and that's all it is. The girls have already just helped me so much just with film and sitting me down and really telling me the focus of the team, and they've just been a really, really big help, and same with the staff too. It's just been a collective effort of trying to get me on the same page just to fit in right away, and just they've made it really easy for me to come in and just do what I do best, and have the confidence to I just have the confidence to just be myself because the girls allow me to.
Marissa? And then Doug?
Yeah,
And then
so
Rory.
just what stands out to you about Penelope, just seeing her tonight and in practice so far? What have you thought of her?
First of all, I think P said something that I think I wanted to correct. She said she's just an addition to the speed we have up front already. I don't think the same. I feel like P is a special type of player, and she has a speed which is like an addition to the talent that she has. She uses the ball very well. You could see that in the game today. Without P on the ball, maybe we wouldn't have gotten the goal we had today. So I think that's a sign that we made a good trade, and I think this is. A steal for us, and I'm happy to have I'm happy to have P here. To be honest, I think she's a great player. She's played against us, zoomed in between our defenders and scored the goal the last time. But now she's on our side, so I'm happy. Yeah, we're happy to have her here.
All right, Doug and then William.
So that's it. So this season you were talking earlier about how you're trying to build something and trying to learn everyone. So, how has it been frustrating, or has it been kind of like, like tonight you had some almost really close combinations with you and Rachel at different times. Was it, has it been kind of frustrating to just get to this point where you almost it's connecting, or is it like you're excited about what the possibility is, what can happen?
To be honest with you, I don't lie. Some days you feel frustrated. Some days you feel like, because basically what you're used to is different from where you're starting from right now. But I look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is what is happening right now. The bigger picture is the stage we are at right now. We're like 6 steps ahead from when we started, and I think a new team coming into the season and standing against top teams that's been in the league for a long time. I mean, for me that's a crazy build-up. That's a crazy build-up, and we don't just win games anyhow. We win good games. And even if you look at the games we've lost this season, there are games we lost through our own mistakes, our own errors. It's not like team have been playing around us or whatever. But at the end of the day, some days it's like this and some days it's like this. It's normal, and that's what makes a good team. That's what makes us. That's what's going to take us to the best level. But right now, I'm more excited about what the future holds for us.
William?
So, of course, this was a big game for the standings overall. Just how much does a win like this help you guys build confidence to keep the momentum rolling and keep getting good results in the next few games?
This is our second win in 2 games, and coming off of the last game, you could just, I was not a part of the last game, but you could just see like the energy in the room, in the meetings and at practice, and like when you win a big game, like the Portland game, you just like feed off of that, and then it goes into the next game, and then the momentum builds in this game when we won, and then it just keeps building and building, and then we just become like unbeatable. So keep playing good, and just keep building off that, and we just keep gaining confidence, and I think we're just gonna be unstoppable.
All right, we'll take one last question from Brian.
Okay, so there's been some additions to the team, and you've been around for this season. The weird anomaly of this team is that there's been no draws the entire season. It's either a win or a loss. With the addition of Abby and kind of stabilizing that center defense, there have been 4 late 1-goal losses this season. If you turn those into draws, you're actually in a hosting playoff position at this
And
point.
1 draw as well against Washington from a last-minute goal. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get you. I remember.
But you you stabilize that. How do you feel that is going to help this team going forward? Just the ability to not have those little things that are costing late.
I think they said experience is like the best teacher. We learn from all those things, and this is what we're trying to correct right now. With Abby in the back line as well right now. Of course, Abby, she's a legend. She's a big player, a top one, experienced defender as well. She's a great addition to for our team, no doubt about that. And like I said, coming into the second round of the season, this is gonna be this is a different BFC. We've had 6 points out of 9 points. Out of possible 9 points, which I feel like it's a good one, and it's a boost for us going into the next game. We go away this next one, and I think those goals and those things we've actually committed the first round of the season, we learned through them, and going into the second round, trying to find the stability and get better, and we just keep getting better, to be honest.